Good morning and welcome to part 2 of our lesson from yesterday. This is lesson 9.6, solving quadratic equations by using the quadratic formula. We're going to pick it up today and we're going to talk about the discriminant. But before we start off, we just have to sing our song, the quadratic formula, to the tune of Row, Row, Row Your Boat. So hopefully everyone's ready, nice and loud on 3. 1, 2, 3. X
equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a.
Hey, a big finish there at the end. We give it a big hey. Great job, guys. So we remember that the quadratic formula can be used to solve any type of a quadratic equation. The thing that's cool about it is it works every single time. The drawback is it's a little lengthy and it takes some time. But today I want to draw our attention on something called the discriminant. The discriminant is the value of b squared minus 4ac. Now, b squared minus 4ac is under the radical. It is called the discriminant, and the discriminant is helpful. Why is it helpful? Because it determines the number of real solutions for a quadratic equation. So there are absolutely 3 different scenarios here, or cases. We can say in case 1, so if they give you a quadratic equation and they say find the value of the discriminant, that'll be your first answer. And the second thing they'll ask is how many solutions are there? So you're going to take the numbers, you're going to plug them in. You don't do it under the radical, you're just going to plug it into b squared minus 4ac. When you plug it in, if your number is less than 0, meaning it's a negative number, there are no real solutions. If b squared minus 4ac equals 0, there is one solution. And if b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0, meaning it's a positive number, there are 2 real solutions. So I would probably know that because it's important. That was a major hint. Okay, so example A, state the value of the discriminant for each equation, then determine the number of real solutions of the equation. So let me work this problem with you. 12x squared plus 5x equals 4. $12x squared plus 5x equals 4. So we are going to state the value of the discriminant. State the number of real roots. And let's just go on record one more time talking about b squared minus 4ac. If it's less than 0, no real roots. If it equals 0, how many roots if it equals 0? 4. And if it's greater than 0, 2 real roots. So if you were asked what is the discriminant, the discriminant is the value of b squared minus 4ac. Why is the discriminant helpful? Because it helps you determine how many real roots a quadratic equation has. And then you could elaborate and you could give me the 3 cases. All right, so let's move on and have some fun here this morning. So the first thing we need to do, here's my original equation. Before I can start, one side must equal 0, so I subtract 4 from each side. Pardon me. And I get 12x squared plus 5x minus 4 equals 0. So, what we want to do now is we want to identify what A, B, and C are. What does A equal, class? What does B equal? What does C equal? So we're going to plug those numbers in to b squared minus 4ac. Then depending upon what we get for an answer, That will be the value of the discriminant. Then based on if that number equals 0, is less than 0, or greater than 0, will determine the number of roots. So this becomes 5 squared minus 4 times 12 times negative 4. Okay, so 5 squared is 25. 4 times 12 is 48. So it's a negative 48 times a negative 4 would be a positive what? 192. So now we're going to add those two numbers together. What's 25 and 192 give you? 217. So the value of the discriminant is 217. So now let's go up here and let's look at our three cases. Is 217 less than 0, equal to 0, or greater than 0? So based on that, how many roots is this equation going to have? 2 roots. Are you with me? Okay, let's try another one. So here's another example for you guys. Here we go. Let's go 6x squared plus 11x plus 40 equals 0. Okay. What does A equal, class? What does B equal, class? And what does C equal? 40. Okay, go ahead and let's plug them in to B squared minus 4AC, which would be 11 squared minus 4 times 6 times 40. Did anybody get what I got? Negative 839? Based on that, how many real roots are there? No real roots. Anybody have a question? Okay, last one. Let's try this one. I'm going to let you work it, and I will freeze it and do it at the same time. When you get an answer, check with a friend. Anybody need more time? Hello? I just lost my problem. When does this happen? For those of you watching online, I sincerely apologize. Not really sure where it went. How annoying is that? Well, if I unfreeze it, it's not going to help because I'm trying to find a problem. There we go. Did anybody get 0, 1 real root? Yes. Does anybody have a question? Okay. So that concludes our lesson for today. Hope you guys have a wunderbar day.